I asked our AI that we're using for some feedback on this, and I think you just kind of hinted at something, and that is that structured products are ultimately kind of a bespoke thing to some extent. Let's look at the Q&A there, which is that you've got competition. You've got buffered ETFs we talked about, got some of the hedged equity products. So I asked basically kind of when does it make sense to use a structured product? The AI says structured notes. Now I use the word only, so I'm sure you'll push back on that. But structured notes only make sense when you truly need custom design payoffs, like hedging a concentrated stock position or creating a very specific maturity profile. Buffer ETFs give you much of the same downside protection, but with daily liquidity and transparency. Hedged equity funds are different. They depend on a manager's timing skill. What do you think? What would you push back on that response, or where does it get it right?
Well, first and foremost, this is a problem with AI because you would never use a structured note to hedge a concentrated stock position. You would actually be adding to that exposure. What is a structured note? It's a combination of a zero coupon bond and a derivative. So if Oliver held NVIDIA, unless you would like to sell some of that NVIDIA and then ultimately buy a structured note to protect it, you wouldn't be buying a structured note and hold NVIDIA because you'd be doubling your exposure to NVIDIA.
So it's a replacement?
Yeah. So some people say, hey, look, I'm fine and comfortable holding NVIDIA, but I'm going to sell some of that and buy a structured note to have some protection. But many people who have concentrated stock positions aren't utilizing structured notes. They're using tools like variable prepaid forwards that we just launched on our platform as well.
Okay.
In regards to...
And how does that work? Variable prepaid forward. Tell me about that.
At the end of the day, it's a stock collar that allows you to unlock liquidity. So it's a really, really elegant solution for someone who does have a concentrated stock position. For example, if you've got $1 million worth of NVIDIA stock today, you probably don't want to sell it because perhaps you're still bullish on NVIDIA or you don't want to take the tax consequences, right? You're going to be paying long-term capital gains.
Big thing people are trying to figure out right now.
Yeah. And if your position's worth $1 million, you probably don't have a lot of other assets for many people because it's thus concentrated within your portfolio. So a variable prepaid forward allows you to protect your NVIDIA position, meaning it prevents a certain amount of decline from your NVIDIA position. So it stops you out at a certain amount of loss, allows you to still participate in the upside like a structured note. But what's cool about it is that you can unlock liquidity. You can actually borrow off that position. So you could still hold liquidity, actually borrow off that position to buy a house, send your kids to college, buy a boat, whatever you want to do with it. It's an institutional grade solution that we have now made available to the masses.